There's no death. Everything's eternal. And once we get rid of the idea, okay, you're going to die and disappear, then they don't have any grasp over you anymore. And to be free, the truth will set you free. That's why I was like, okay, well, if this truth caused me this lifetime, then wonderful, I've accomplished what I needed to do. Because I think in the previous lifetime, I was supposed to do these things and I didn't. And that's why it's been so hard for me. And that's why I've pushed so hard to get these things out because
So you felt like that, like from the womb.
From the womb, I had
So
to get
you
this
felt
done.
like you had these things that you didn't get out in a previous lifetime, and now you feel like an unstoppable urge.
I have to at all costs.
So can I go? I would love to talk more about this, but I don't want to lose this thought. So if I want to go back to the formation of planets. So under this theory, these stars eject matter, and over time, this matter will achieve a certain amount of distance from the sun.
Short distance. Look at Mercury.
Yeah.
Mercury isn't that far from it.
Right. It kind of makes sense. And then over time, it'll eventually get further and further out. The sun will continue to make more and more planets over an imperceptible amount of time. We won't be able to measure it. It's in our world, we'll see it. It appears static, just like plants appear static to us. But if you ever watch one of those motion capture
plants,
plants are moving and touching each other, and they're just doing it at a pace that our brain can't handle.
A different temporal dimension.
Yes. So the sun is creating planets, but it's doing so at a pace that our mind can't really wrap around. So we want to think there's just matter and that it's flying through space and it collects via gravity, and the more mass, the more gravity.
It's supposed to, but take a balloon. Another thing that kills gravity. Gravity is supposed to be the greater the mass is the greater the attractor. You take a balloon, you rub it on your leg, you put it over the ground. Watch the dust particles jump off the ground, off this big mass called the Earth, and jump onto that balloon. Because why? Electricity is 137 times stronger than the pull of gravity or the effects of the so-called gravity. It's the electric force that's the attractive force. It's the electric force that tightens everything together as the masculine, and then the dividing force is the radiated force, the magnetic field. It ablates and pushes everything out, and then they collect together again. But where these things meet, at the proper angles of incidence, like the Birkeland currents talked about, those plasma currents talked about, those angles of incidence is at 120 degrees when it converts it back into electricity, and it will keep collecting and coming and making life. The planet isn't a dead thing. It didn't just happen to come together. That's just the process by which it was given life. It's alive, and it's screaming. It thought we were going to be beneficial to it, and now it's trying to kill us. It needs to scratch itself and get rid of us because we are too dangerous, because we are using antiquated fundamentals. And like people say, well, what business do you have coming in here talking about science and all that? You're an actor. You want to know what my first patent was? Their entire AR, VR world was built off of my first patent that was abandoned because I paid $260,000 for the worldwide patent. But then my agents my lawyers kept sending me these maintenance fees and annuities. And I'm like, these folks are just trying to shake me down. I'm not going to pay this. Well, a year later, if you will pull up my World of Windows patent, I think it's one of the first patents up there. I want you to see where your AR, VR world came from. And you look at the list of companies that has cited, and didn't just cite it, they built their entire AR, VR world off of my World of Windows patent. Can you pull that up, Jamie? Of the computer. Yeah, it's the very, not that one, not that one, not that one. Yeah, that's the propulsion patent. No. That's all you have, huh? Really? If you can go to Terry's linchpin. I'll show you